It's my pleasure to welcome Siobhan from the Auckland Irish Society. You've been sitting very patiently now. It's only been a couple of hours, hasn't it? But you know the routine by now. You know the routine, right? So I'm going to leave you to introduce yourself and tell us a bit about your Irish background.
Well, I'm Siobhan. I'm from Auckland. Thank you all for waiting. I'm 23 years old. I work in television. My Irish background comes from my father, Colleen, who's here, and he is from Connemara in County Galway. And it also comes from my mother's side, and my grandfather, he is from County Dublin, and my grandma who's from County Cork. So I've got a lot of Irish, and I also have my parents married with the same surnames. So I'm very Kelly, that's my... they checked it all out and everything. But, it's a common name. Just like Siobhan, no.
You mean frequent? Okay, yes, not common. Right, okay. I was fascinated by it. In your profile, you said you'd like to meet Maud Gonne.
I would.
Why a troublemaker like her?
She's not really a trouble. I mean, she was.
Yeah.
But she was a leader as well. I would like to meet Maud Gonne. I've been sitting down with my grandparents, my mother's parents, Joe and Rita Kelly, who unfortunately couldn't be here tonight because my poor grandmother had a fall this week. And just like Katrina's family, Grandma was really, really looking forward to coming down, so she's here in spirit. I've been sitting down with them as I work in television. I've been the camera set up and just asking them a bunch of questions about their life. And I don't know when to stop, because there's just so many questions. I mean, when do you stop? Ask them about when they came to New Zealand, or when they were younger, so I sat down, and my grandfather was in the Irish Navy, and when he was in the Irish Navy, he was sent to retrieve the body of the prolific poet W.B. Yeats, William Butler Yeats, in Nice, which was amazing. And so there's this connection there where he was telling me about that, and he also told me that he met Maud Gonne, who was a strong woman, I guess she was. She fought for Ireland. She was English, but she fought for Ireland, and the connection was that William Butler Yeats, had a love affair for her basically for his whole life. So it was a pretty amazing little connection there, and that my grandfather saw her in the street when she was an old woman. So I just found that fascinating. Yeah.
So that says that 1916 and all that difficult period is actually quite close in your family.
It's closer than you think, yeah.
Indeed, okay,
yeah.
Fascinating. And the other thing that, and it comes back to the companies and what we've just heard from Alana, from Natalie at least, you say that you'd like to open a speech and drama practice.
Love to, yeah.
So what interests me there in particular is your interest in particular in the performing element, or is it the idea of running your own business that appeals particularly?
Well, it would be both. I have been doing speech and drama since I was 7 years old, and I did it throughout school, and performance has been a huge part of my life, which you'll see in a second. And I am halfway through my teaching diploma in speech and drama. So I love working with children, and I've worked with adults as well. But I just love the confidence boost that it gave me, in particular, when I was younger, and basically helped make me the person I am today, so I could get up and stand up in front of all you. It's a big deal. Yeah, speech and drama has been a huge part, and I had a wee break, so I've got a wee way to go.
Right.
Got a few more exams, and then it's just a matter of recruiting a few students, and my mother's offered me her lovely psychology practice, one of the rooms there, so...
Oh, one of the rooms.
Yeah,
I thought you meant the patients.
No. There's definitely some room.
I'm the patient.
So, yeah. I'd love to do that, yeah.
Okay. And that leads on because your performance,
yes.
You work for a media company, you work for MediaWorks.
I do, yes.
But not as a performer.
No.
Not yet.
I'm on the other side of the camera. So, I'm a production coordinator for 4 Live, and I work for the company called MediaWorks in Auckland. And 4 Live is an entertainment show. It's a youth afternoon entertainment show. It's a grazing show, that's what they call it. 4:30 till 6. Kids get home from school and might flick it on. If it's not good, they'll change the channel and they'll come back.
Channel grazing.
The channel grazing, there you go. It's a music entertainment show, and it's basically, I know the latest gossip in Hollywood, or there'll be interviews with, or the YouTube clips of the day, or there'll be, we have interviews with movie stars, New Zealand movie stars, or musicians, which I really love. Yeah, so I do meet a lot of people, and basically I'm a production coordinator, which means I organise all of that. So it's full on.
Another organiser. Okay.
Yeah, there's a few of us.
We've had a couple of already. But you also do some volunteer work, don't you? Tell us about that.
I do. On Thursdays, I head up to Starship Children's Hospital in Auckland, and I volunteer up there on the wards in a program called Radio Lollipop. And Radio Lollipop is a play and entertainment program, basically. And we're basically just there to entertain the kids and just take their minds off what they've been through the day. They've got nurses and doctors coming in and out all day. They might not have seen mum or dad for a while, or friends or something, and basically we're there to take their minds off it. So we'll turn up and we set up these little baskets, and then we've got crafts and colouring in pencils and all sorts of things, and we head up to the wards, we get assigned to the wards, and we basically hang out with the kids and see if we can get a smile on their faces.
And you do, no doubt.
Oh, I do. And it's the best feeling, because you might have had, we all have bad days at work, so you might have had a hard day at work, but you just know, once you leave Starship at the end of the night, you're going to feel great. And I get home, and these guys who I live with, who've come down from Auckland, I can't get home, and I'm like, oh, how was your day? And I've got my big white jumper on, and my big lollipop, and the other night I came home with a tiara on, and I didn't even realise. And that was because we had fairy tale night, so you just never know, and imagination goes a long way at Starship, yeah.
Speaking about the tiara on the head, and you didn't even know, what I want you to do now is to cast yourself forward and say, if you were successful over this weekend and were selected to represent New Zealand at the International Rose, what would be the key message that you would want to convey to people in Ireland, who might know next to nothing about New Zealand, about what is special about New Zealand?
Apart from the obvious points that we have such a beautiful country, we've got amazing landscapes, we've got, you can do anything here. The tourism is huge, and much of the girls all know, moving to New Zealand, Taranaki, you can hike a mountain, or you can go skiing, we've got beautiful beaches. Apart from all those things, I think the people are really amazing to be around, and the best thing about New Zealand is that it's so easy to be Irish. There's not a week, I was thinking about it the other day, there's really not a week that goes by, someone will see my name, whether they're going to email me or ring me up or something, and they'll say, how do you say your name? And I used to work in retail, and I just watched them guessing. And I'd be like, oh, go on, have a go. And so, really give it a go.
And they get it wrong.
And they would. But you'd greet them, and then that's how you'd get into, oh, you're from Ireland, and
So where does that come from, and so on?
Exactly, and it's great. Yeah, it's great to talk to other
Excellent.
people. And,
Excellent. So you ready for the quick fire?
Go on.
Go on. Would you like a cup of tea? No, I won't. Dan Carter or Thomas Abercrombie?
Dan Carter.
The Cause or the Cranberries?
The Cranberries.
Riverdance or Chicago?
Riverdance.
Hurricanes or Crusaders?
Crusaders.
Yeah, thank you.
Settle down. Marmite or Vegemite?
Marmite.
Colin Farrell or Robson Green?
Colin Farrell.
Holden or Ford?
Holden.
Fish and chips or Chinese takeaways? Baileys or Chardonnay?
Baileys.
U2 or the Rolling
The
Stones?
Stones.
Yes. Thank you.
An overseas holiday, Rarotonga or Bali?
Bali.
Tea or coffee?
I'm with Trina on this one. There is tea, because we're now been to Ireland, that's what we have, and when we have people that come over, they bring Barry's tea over, but I'm an avid coffee drinker. I'm a bit worried sometimes about how much coffee I drink.
So we'll take that as water. Okay. Sinead O'Connor or Adele?
Adele.
Coronation Street or Shortland Street?
Shortland Street, it's a bit of a New Zealand institution, I'd say.
Guinness or Steinlager?
Steinlager.
And who's going to win the rugby series enduring, the All Blacks or Ireland?
I am a proud Kiwi, but I am my father's daughter, and he always believes in the underdog, so it's Ireland.
Oh, but not that. And the underdog. So you don't really think we're going to win. Okay, sneaky. A sneaky answer. Okay, but I noticed, Siobhan, you're going to perform for us?
Yes.
Okay, you want to explain to us what you're going to do?
I've, like I said, I've done speech and drama all my life, and poetry, reciting poetry has always been a big part of growing up, reciting poetry at the fishes and everything like that. And Ireland is blessed with so many poets, and W.B. Yeats is really important to my granddad. But actually, I thought I'd choose something lighter, and the poem I'm going to recite is called Och, I Dunno, and it's comes from it's actually a musical piece. So hope you enjoy it. I don't need this. Thank you. 2 seconds. Tangled there. Right. Och, I Dunno, by Percy French. I'm simply surrounded by lovers, since me da made his fortune in land. They're coming in flocks like the plovers, to ask for me hand. There's clerks and policemen and teachers, some sandy, some black as a crow. Ma said you get used to the creatures. But och, I dunno. The convent is in a commotion to think of me taking a spouse. And they wonder I hadn't a notion of taking the vows. 'Tis a beautiful life and a quiet, and keeps ye from going below. As a girl, I thought I might try it. But och, I dunno. I've none but myself to look after, and marriage, it fills me with fears. I think I'd have less of the laughter and more of the tears. I'll not be a slave like me mother, with 6 of us all in a row. Even one little baby's a bother. But och, I dunno. There's a lad that's taken me fancy. I know he's a bit of a limb. And though marriage is terribly chancy, I chance it with him. He's coming tonight. I tingle from the top of me head to me toe. I tell him I'd rather have single. But och, I dunno.